Ever wondered what a billion-dollar mansion looks like? We're about to show you not just one, but 15 of the most insane mega homes on the planet. These ain't your average McMansions, folks. From gold-plated toilets to underground nightclubs, these cribs are so next level, it's hard to believe they're even real. But trust me, they are. And we're going to take you inside each one. Number 15, The One, Bel Air, California. All right, let's kick things off with The One, a mega mansion in Bel Air that's so extra it makes other mansions look like dollhouses. This place is massive. We're talking 105,000 square feet of pure luxury. That's like 50 regular houses smooshed together. The One's got 21 bedrooms and 49 bathrooms. Yeah, you heard that right. 49 bathrooms. Most of us are lucky if we have 2 bathrooms in our whole house. But this place has enough toilets to handle a small army. But wait, it gets crazier. The One's got a 30-car garage. That's not a typo, 30 cars. Your average home is lucky to have a 2-car garage, but this place could fit a whole car dealership. And if that wasn't enough, it's got a 10,000 square foot sky deck. That's bigger than most people's entire homes. The amenities in this place are insane. It's got its own nightclub, so you never have to leave home to party. There's a beauty salon, because why bother going out to get your hair done when you can have a whole salon in your house? And there's a wellness center, complete with a gym and spa. It's like a whole mall crammed into one house. Now here's where things get wild. The developer of The One, Nile Naemi, originally wanted to sell this place for $500 million. That's $500 million for a house. But turns out, even billionaires have their limits. The One ended up going to a bankruptcy auction. Ouch. But don't feel too bad, it still sold for a whopping $141 million. That's like 700 average American homes. Most of us will never see that kind of money in our lifetimes. But for the ultra-rich, it's just another Tuesday. But here's the kicker. Even at $141 million, The One isn't even close to being the most expensive mansion on our list. That's right. We're just getting started. The next place on our list makes The One look like a bargain. So buckle up, because we're about to see some seriously insane billion-dollar cribs. Number 14, Villa Leopolda, French Riviera. From Bel Air to the French Riviera, we're cranking up the luxury dial. Imagine a place so massive, it needs an army of gardeners just to keep it looking pretty. And get this, it's got a backstory that'll blow your mind. We're talking royalty, World War II, and a deal gone south that cost more than most people make in a lifetime. Welcome to Villa Leopolda, a mansion with some serious royal cred. This place was built for a real-life king, King Leopold II of Belgium. It's a 50-acre estate on the French Riviera, worth a mind-boggling $750 million. That's like 3,750 average American homes, all rolled into one super fancy package. Now let's talk size. This place is huge. It's got 11 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms, but that ain't even the crazy part. It takes 50 gardeners to keep this place looking nice. That's right, 50 people just to mow the lawn and trim the hedges. Your average backyard is like 0.2 acres. Villa Leopolda? It's 250 times bigger. It's not a yard, it's a whole dang country. But wait, there's more. This place has got its own commercial greenhouse, because why buy flowers when you can grow your own, right? And if that wasn't enough, it's got a private beach. Most of us are lucky if we can find a spot on a crowded public beach. But the owner of Villa Leopolda has a whole stretch of coastline all to themselves. Here's where it gets wild. During World War II, this fancy mansion wasn't just sitting around looking pretty. Nope, it was turned into a military hospital. Imagine getting treated for battle wounds in a place nicer than most 5-star hotels. Now you'd think a place this fancy would sell in a heartbeat, right? Well, not quite. In 2008, a Russian billionaire tried to buy Villa Leopolda for $750 million. That's $750 million, folks. But at the last minute, he backed out of the deal. Here's the kicker. He lost his $50 million deposit. That's right, $50 million down the drain. That's like losing 100 normal houses worth of cash. For most of us, that's more money than we'll see in 10 lifetimes. But for these billionaires, it's just another day at the office. Villa Leopolda ain't just a house, it's a whole other world. A world where $50 million is pocket change and having your own private beach is no big deal. It's the kind of place that makes you realize just how crazy the world of billion-dollar mansions really is. And believe it or not, we're just getting started. The next place on our list is going to make Villa Leopolda look like a starter home. Number 13, Villa Les Cèdres, French Riviera. You thought Villa Leopolda was crazy? Wait till you see this next place. It's got a library that'll make bookworms drool and a garden that's basically its own jungle. And get this, it was sold for $200 million, which was actually a bargain. How's that even possible? Let's find out. Villa Les Cèdres is another insane mansion on the French Riviera, and this one's got some serious royal history. It used to be owned by the actual King of Belgium. Yeah, we're talking proper royalty here, not just some rich dude playing king. This place is old, like really old. It's a 7-year-old mansion with 14 bedrooms. That's older than most countries and bigger than most apartment buildings. But the bedrooms ain't even the crazy part. Check this out. Villa Les Cèdres has a library with 3,000 books. But here's the weird part. They're all about plants. Yeah, you heard that right. 3,000 books just about plants. Your average home might have a bookshelf or two. This place is like a whole Barnes & Noble, but just for gardening nerds. Speaking of plants, the grounds of this place are insane. It's got a 35-acre botanical garden with 15,000 rare tropical plants. Most people struggle to keep a houseplant alive, but these guys have their own personal jungle. It's like they took a chunk of the Amazon and plopped it down in France. And don't even get me started on the swimming pool. This ain't your average backyard pool, nah. It's an Olympic-sized pool carved right into the coastal rock. Most of us are happy with an above-ground pool from Walmart. These folks literally reshape the coastline for their daily swim. Now you'd think a place this fancy would cost a fortune, right? Well, you're not wrong. In 2019, Villa Les Cèdres sold for $200 million. That's like 1,000 average homes all rolled into one. But here's the crazy part. That was actually a bargain. The place was originally listed for $410 million. That's right, it sold for less than half the asking price. Imagine walking into a store, seeing something for $410, and the cashier says, "You know what? I'll give it to you for $200. That's basically what happened here, just with a few more zeros. But don't feel too bad for the sellers. Turns out the previous owner was a beverage company that got the place basically for free. They picked it up as part of a business deal and decided to flip it for a couple $100 million. Not a bad profit margin, huh? So there you have it, Villa Les Cèdres. A place where the swimming pool is part of the ocean, the backyard is a tropical jungle, and $200 million is considered a good deal. Just when you think these billion-dollar mansions can't get any crazier, they always find a way to surprise you. But trust me, we're just getting started. The next place on our list is going to make your head spin. Number 12, Villa Aurora, Rome, Italy. Just when you thought these mansions couldn't get any crazier, we're about to step into a home that's been in the same family since before the United States even existed. This ain't just old money, it's ancient money. And wait till you hear what's on the ceiling. Welcome to Villa Aurora, a place that's not just a house, it's basically an art museum you can live in. We're talking 30,000 square feet of pure luxury in the heart of Rome. But the real kicker? This palace is packed with priceless art that'd make the Louvre jealous. Now, get this. Villa Aurora's got the world's only ceiling mural by Caravaggio. Yeah, that Caravaggio. And it ain't just any old painting. This thing's worth $360 million all by itself. Most of us are lucky if we've got some IKEA prints on our walls. This place has stuff worth more than whole museums. But the art ain't even the craziest part. This villa's been owned by the same family for 400 years. 4 centuries. That's 16 generations of the same bloodline living under one roof. Your average family struggles to keep a summer house for 1 generation. These folks have been passing down a literal palace since the Renaissance. Number 11, Antilia, Mumbai, India. From ancient Rome to modern Mumbai, we're about to enter a whole different level of insane. This next mansion isn't just expensive, it's controversial. It's got more floors than most office buildings, employs more staff than some companies, and cost more to build than some small countries' GDP. Welcome to Antilia. Antilia is a 27-story skyscraper mansion in Mumbai, India, owned by billionaire Mukesh Ambani. Yeah, you heard that right, 27 stories. This ain't a house, it's a vertical city. The building stands 568 feet tall, making it one of the tallest residential buildings in the world. But here's where it gets wild. Despite having 27 floors, Antilia is designed to feel like a traditional mansion. Some of the ceilings are double or triple height, which means the building has the equivalent of about 40 normal floors worth of space. It's 400,000 square feet. That's almost 4 times bigger than the one in Bel Air. The amenities are absolutely bonkers. It's got 3 helipads on the roof because why take the elevator when you can fly in? There are 6 floors dedicated just to parking for 168 cars. Most people don't even know 168 people, let alone own that many vehicles. It's got its own health club with a gym, dance studio, and spa. There are multiple swimming pools, a snow room, yes, a room that makes snow in tropical Mumbai, a ballroom, multiple theaters, and enough living quarters to house 600 full-time staff. 600 people work just to keep this place running. That's more employees than most companies have. The construction cost? a reported $2 billion. That's not a typo, $2 billion to build one house. For comparison, the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, cost $1.5 billion. This house cost more to build than the world's tallest skyscraper. But here's the controversy. Antilia sits in one of Mumbai's most expensive neighborhoods, but it's also surrounded by slums, where people live on less than $2 a day. The contrast has made it a symbol of India's wealth inequality. Some call it an architectural marvel, others call it obscene. Either way, it's impossible to ignore. Number 10. Buckingham Palace, London, England. Now let's talk about the big dog, the mansion that makes every other mansion look like a garden shed. We're talking about a place so valuable that it's literally considered priceless, a home that's been the center of British power for centuries. Ladies and gentlemen, Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace isn't just expensive, it's estimated to be worth over $5 billion. That's $5,000 million. But here's the thing, it's not for sale and never will be. It's owned by the British Crown, which means it's essentially owned by the nation. The numbers are staggering: 775 rooms, including 188 staff bedrooms, 92 offices, 78 bathrooms, 52 royal and guest bedrooms, and 19 staterooms. The palace sits on 39 acres in the heart of London, which alone would be worth billions. But wait, there's more. The palace has its own police station, post office, hospital, movie theater, and swimming pool. It's basically a small town disguised as a house. And unlike most of these mega mansions that sit empty most of the year, Buckingham Palace actually gets used. It hosts state dinners, royal ceremonies, and garden parties with thousands of guests. The art collection inside is mind-blowing Rembrandts, Rubens, Canalettos, and Leonardo da Vinci drawings. We're talking priceless works that most museums would kill to have. The palace also contains some of the finest English and French furniture in the world, the ultimate revelation. So, we've seen the one with its 49 bathrooms, Villa Leopolda with its $50 million lost deposit, Villa Les Cedres with its 15,000 plants, Villa Aurora with its priceless Caravaggio ceiling, Antilia with its 27 stories and helicopter pads, and Buckingham Palace with its $5 billion price tag. But here's what's crazy about all of this. These aren't just houses, they're symbols. Symbols of wealth so extreme that most of us can't even comprehend it. They're monuments to what humans can build when money is literally no object. The one was supposed to be worth $500 million, but couldn't find a buyer at that price. Villa Leopolda had someone walk away from a $50 million deposit. Villa Les Cedres sold for half its asking price. Even at these discounted prices, we're talking about more money than most people will see in multiple lifetimes. These mega mansions exist in a world so disconnected from normal reality that basic concepts like too expensive or too big simply don't apply. Where else can you have 49 bathrooms and still think you need more? Where else can you spend $2 billion on a house and have people debate whether it's impressive or obscene? The truth is, these billion-dollar mansions aren't really about living. They're about showing that you can. They're about having something so outrageous that even other billionaires look at it and think, that's crazy. They're the ultimate flex in a world where normal luxury just doesn't cut it anymore. So the next time you're struggling with your mortgage or wondering if you can afford that bathroom renovation, just remember, somewhere out there, someone has 49 bathrooms and still wanted more. Somewhere, a Russian billionaire walked away from $50 million like it was pocket change. And somewhere, a family has been living in the same palace for 400 years with a Caravaggio on their ceiling. That's the world of billion-dollar mansion. A world so extreme, so excessive, and so completely insane that it makes regular luxury look like poverty. And that, folks, is what $1 billion actually looks like.